Let's talk Tanya for the 26th of Elul. So in the last 2 days of Tanya, we've explained how there are two different types of tzedakah that Hashem gives. There's the tzedakah, the limited flow of energy, which God provides for our world over here until Mashiach comes. And then the ultimate tzedakah, which is that infinite light, what's called Sevav Kol Almin, which will be revealed here in this world when Mashiach comes. Now, we have to understand, both of these tzedakahs that Hashem does, that God does, are caused by our tzedakah. Something that we've encountered many times, that everything that happens above is caused by and activated by our actions here below. With this, we'll understand. Let's go back to how we started 2 days ago, how we started this chapter. We quoted a verse from Tehillim, for every goal I've seen an end, but your mitzvah is very wide. And if you remember, we asked a few questions. What does it mean? Your mitzvah is very wide. Why is your mitzvah in the singular? What does it mean wide? Why does the Tehillim use that terminology? And what does it mean very? But now everything will make sense. We already explained what is your mitzvah. Your mitzvah is tzedakah, because that is the mitzvah that God does. So therefore, when we talk about mitzvah, we talk about your mitzvah, it's referring to tzedakah. Tzedakah is wide. What does it mean wide? Just like when you have a wide container, it's able to contain a lot. Tzedakah is able to contain what? Ma'oid, very. It is able to contain even the infinite light of Hashem, because ultimately that revelation of the infinite light of Hashem, which will happen when Mashiach comes, is because of the container, the tzedakah that we're making today, that we're giving today, which creates this very wide container which can contain even that infinite light of God. But now let's go back to the beginning of the verse. L'chol tichla re'isi case, which means to every goal I've seen an end. But the word tichla, which we translated as goal, can also mean longing, as in kaleis hanefesh. Where is their longing? Longing is in Gan Eden. Why? Because Gan Eden, as we mentioned, Gan Eden is not a single level. Generally speaking, we talk about two levels of Gan Eden, the higher Gan Eden, the lower Gan Eden. But within every single one of them, there's an infinite amount of levels. And Tzaddikim, they have no rest in Gan Eden. They're always ascending from one level to the next, to the next, to the next, every single day. Quantum leaps on a yard site. And whenever they arrive at one level, they're longing for the level beyond that. And why is that? Because Gan Eden is a world of limitation. And in limitation, every single level is limited. And now you're longing for the higher level. But that higher level ultimately is also limited. And you can always be going higher. So, l'chol tichla, for all longings, re'isi kates, I've seen there's an end, meaning they're all finite. But rechava mitzvahs chamiyoid, your mitzvah through tzedakah, we create the container for the infinite light of God, where there is no kates, where there is no end. Gan Eden, ultimately, all the pleasure there, it's a finite pleasure. But through tzedakah, we are going to bring into this world, when Mashiach comes, that infinite light of God, to which there is no end, and therefore there is no more longing after Mashiach comes. With this, we've concluded this letter. Tomorrow we start a new letter on the topic of love for Hashem.